Avengers Mustache, and welcome back to Elite Wars. Today, well, we have the Time Force team, or rather the 4 that we have in game. And Katie got a bit of a small buff to help fix some of her issues. Now you can't, at least you can't escape her breaker now. Though they still haven't done that to Wesley. Wow. Rude. That was sad. Another time strike. Nope. Interrupted. Well. Of all things. At least we found a Katie early. Sadly though, it's a Wesley. It's never gonna end well with him. They did nerf her damage on the strike though. That's one thing to point out. You do not need that many crits. In terms of the assist, they at least made the projectiles land a little more often. It still can whip though. If you stand in a very specific spot, it can still whip. Wide. Wesley. I guess you weren't far enough away. So we back away. And Crimson Fury. You know, the fact that it still takes forever to even attack. Get out of my corner, Nick. He's gonna try and punch again. Probably. Get rid of this. Time strike. Go to your corner. Fast forward. And get punched. He does still have a torch requirement on one of his attacks, but Katie, use the gun against that Mastodon. Kick them. Kick them in the shin. Or I guess in the stomach. Well then, I guess that's just gonna be 2 KT assists in a row. And the last one that was versus KT, nothing exactly happened. Well, you're getting stunned. Let's see ya. I don't even need to do that forward dash. I don't know why. There's no reason to. Unless I'm already recovering energy, there's no reason to delay that. Even though it does help perfectly set it up for a perfect delay. Split second. And another kick. How about another concussion? Oh, come on. Well, too bad. I've locked that one. It's enough of a breaker trap at that point. Okay. Rude. That one's deserved. Get stunned again. Have another concussion. Gonna Seven Fury. Sweet. And okay, that one I need to. Yeah, no, that one's a taunt. That one's a taunt requirement. That felt horrible. Time strike. Go back to the past. I should be able to just give them all 5 matches, and we will reach an average of 5 for each character, resulting in 20 matches total. Oh, and are you gonna be pressing the assist slot again, or let's see. Nope, not enough for a breaker trap this time. Wesley just has way too much recovery on everything. Interrupted. Okay, I'm running at you. Punch. And we're back away. Do you have another breaker, or is it another strike? Well, you're out of range this time. Time strike. Go to your corner. And we're back away. You kick him. Nope, can't. Strike. No strike. Okay. I poke you again. You can try and block this. But it's still a breaker and a crit. No. And kick. I really didn't need to block that. And, okay, fine. I couldn't even escape that one. You did not even try to activate again. Okay. No. Just have a taste of your own medicine from that assist. Okay, so one difference between me using that assist and them. At least she's on Time Force and not whatever that mashup of a team was. There you go. Nice little combo. Fast forward will interrupt Nick. No, Nick. Well, I'm not taking that damage. Dodge. Yeah, you're still pretty weak to that. Don't press it. Okay, no super yet, which probably means Nick into super. Nope. Stay out of my corner. You can't press that button. Okay, that's enough in a row. Seriously? Enough, I said! Get slashed! Well, on to the next team, with Katie being the leader. Eric's no longer here to help. Instead, we have Jen. Well, I guess that's one way to start. Right. What if I go with a crosscut finisher? And we're gonna launch you from here. But Synchronize the sabers, and you will be swept again. Let's see. So you have too many blocks and a breaker. Done. Okay, really? Really? That's the choice, and then you... You know, it's very weird of you pressing those buttons just to have yourself be blocked. Electric Divide, and sweep! And that's a nick. I think this is the same one we fought earlier. And we'll see what happens with those. Poke! Hello? Ah, there he is. Okay, fine. Well, at least he can finally press a button. And he punched. Fine. Really, at this point, I should have just attacked him. But this is fine. For a few reasons. I kind of just need to take damage so I can get my super and knock him out with the new thing that KT is supposed to be able to do. But if he just supers here, recover. The fire's gonna kill. Wow. That's what I get for not attacking him instantly. I do one combo. Then we see if they're still there. That's the requirements. And I clearly didn't do anything. So they simply got all the damage they needed. Well, crosscut finisher. Yeah, that's on me. Way too slow. Way too slow. Gonna have the same thing happen again, or is this guy actually gonna be a victim? I only need to hit them once with a vaulting leg drop, and then not get hit by a... That hit! That hit in the air. Seriously? No. Also no. And okay. Primary. Up you go! This is not gonna be great. Unless he gets basically knocked out right here, I am not recovering from this one. Synchronize the sabers, and we will launch. And press this, and poke. Yeah, it does a bit of extra damage briefly, very quickly. So simple poke is 800. Ah, it worked. And low fork. So, you're gonna be using the leader? I'm supposed to get one shot here, just so you know. So if you don't mind, the moment you land even a strike or a breaker, I should at least be taking a ton of damage. But no, we press that instead. So we're gonna take a ton of fire damage, and they get a crit. What else? Apparently I used it way too late. Okay. Another block for them. Okay. Well, there's a block in my primary. And I just got the strike again. So we super, synchronize the sabers, and you might actually just be dead. So, synchronize sabers again, and we launch. And you know what happens? A crosscut finisher. There's a block in my primary. This combo is not over, even if you survive. Final match for KT. Those are the exact same assists I just fought. You gonna be any different? Well, explode. And we're gonna use the time's up to stop Nick. There is no Nick. We're good. Perfect. That is sad. Vaulting leg drop. Up you go. Electric divide. And how about we just freeze time? Vaulting. Okay. Well, that didn't work. This will. Well, you're blocked anyway. Crosscut finisher. This is still gonna launch you. You did all of that work just to be caught by the strike once again. You know what I'm gonna do? Holding leg drop, and you're down. Okay, well, that's on. Should have activated the super. Poke. I poke you again. Yeah, a little too early on that block. Well, Grizzly's out of the team. Now it's Jen as the leader, and Eric's back. There we poke. There you go. Well, you'll land in this one. If you're very high in the air. Temporal takedown. Get lost. There we go. Now we can just back away. There's a strike. Time strike against you. You're not going to be able to escape so easily. And we stagger. Fly away. And let's see here. 7. Super. Strike. Probably not the greatest idea. You just reset your EP. As I said, you just reset your EP. You get launched. We back away. They very likely have this strike. Probably didn't need to block or cancel that one. Okay, 8 energy. Supers again, resets their EP. They likely have a breaker, or rather, lock. And that's something. I got caught by that one. Well then. Well, we're just gonna recover EP right here. And I can't even get enough. Fine. That I didn't get in time. Yeah, I stood still. Seriously. I could have easily just spaced them out. Okay, block. No. So now you either have Nick assist or you have V4 salvo. Okay, well, you're getting launched with that one. Let's see here. If I just back away. Teleport back further. You're gonna use your block? Nope, just another strike. Fine. Go back to your corner. Temporal takedown. You're not watching. And that's another crit. Okay, temporal takedown. Run into this one! They ain't get caught this time. There. I don't think it was the same person, but it was a revenge against Katie. Now then, Death Ranger, you have no blocks. You need armor. If you want to survive this, you're gonna need your armor. Too bad you only get that with your super. And you need to hit in the first place. Well, overclocked. Go to your corner. That's another crit. You back away. And that's a breaker. Come on. That's it. Yep. That was perfect EP regen. That was a perfect EP regen. Hold in. Quite rare to find. But then again, it's the way Diamond and Tommy works, actually. He's a little weird with it. And now I'm gonna recover a bunch of extra energy. Overclocked. I am fast at recovering energy because there is a decent chunk I can give it over. And they're back. I do not have a one-shot combo this time whenever they get a little low. But I can escape them with this. So we'll see if I can corner them. But it's gonna be a little hard. Nick, get lost. Back away. Okay, another breaker. Well, no. I don't want to sit through the recovery, but I did not. I could have easily gotten a combo there. You're getting launched. Ah, okay, fine. Fine. We teleport. You can go to your corner. Overclocked. And we're gonna launch them. And now we just need 6 EP. We sweep. No, Nick though. Eric. Bring them back to my corner. Overclocked. Yeah. He stood up instantly. Temporal takedown is not going to save me here. I can only try and hit them before, but it's not gonna that's not going to work. Breaker, or what do you have? Got another block? And you had 5, of course. Well, I think at that point that might have been a breaker as a better choice to attack. Well, both. Time strike! And you get it twice. Okay. 3! They got it thrice. And primary. Okay, so block, breaker, and whatever is in their assist slot. Which is most likely a strike because that's the only thing I can have! Time strike twice! Okay, well, I guess I get the treatment there as well, so go ahead. Get out of my corner. I'm gonna stand here. Back away. Ah, can't even space them. You're gonna jump. Yeah, okay. You know, I can force out their strike. If you're gonna be that extra rude and... Like I said. If you're not gonna be that extra rude and not even let me block, seriously. No. Sweep, recover, and... I really should have just used Eric. Well, final team. Eric is taking the lead. Wesley rejoins. Jen has been beaten up enough to the point that the matching just had to be that route there. Seriously. Quantum Alpha! Displace them! And we'll use the drop shot. Get fired to your corner. And we'll back away. Yeah, we can't just... Can't make use of that. Quantum Leap! Up you go! And you know what's gonna happen here? We displace! Away with you, Nick! And what happens now? You know, We poke the air. Ah, that's fine. Wow. And inside. Stay out of my corner. Okay. You're not? Good. We'll just dash towards you. That is, double blocks anyway on Snide, so... You got caught once. You're gonna get lodged. You know what's gonna happen again? Poke. Ah, okay, fine. There, the full screen one. Sweep. Fatal leap. Up you go. We'll try this again. This time... You know, the fact that they actually dropped quite fast really prevents it from happening. Well, one displace. Good. Not good. Come on, you should know better. You're the one running double blocks. You should know at least someone else is gonna have them. Okay, game. This is another opponent who just decided to do that. And I didn't manage to stop that one. Okay. Well, up you go. And that's Preach again. Okay, so... Am I missing something here? Did Eric have some sort of beef with Green Rangers in his, in Time Force? Well, you can poke there. Nope. Well, Quantum Alpha! And fire them into the corner! Yeah, that's on me. Little too late there. Kicked and block. Yeah, no! I don't think this is gonna reach though. That does though. Okay. Did you think you had insight? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Well, too bad. The block attacks. Ah, yes. Tommy. Our second opponent has returned. I don't think it's the same person though, but up you go. And now get ready. I'm gonna block you. Okay, fine. Let that continue. And Formation Sword! And fire them with a maximum blast! With that one, we're going to just keep out of range. And Quantum Leap! Here you go. Drop shot! Fire! One to displace! And knock them out! And that's the last opponent, Lothor. I'm just gonna back away and strike. Not the strike I was referring to, but he wasn't ready for that block to disappear. Probably thinking it was gonna be a strike. Well, we leap. Up you go. Okay, I need to be very careful. Okay, that's a block. I'm leaping into you again. And how about we displace? Not happening, Casey. And there it goes again. That is sad. No breaker for you. Get launched. Get drop shot. Displace. And dash away. Ah. Well, the sound played, but not the dash. We tried to. Clearly he delayed it too much. And he didn't even try to use Lothor a little more effectively. You know, running towards the opponent or pressing another button and hitting the air sets up a hitbox so that they can't just sit there. And sometimes the opponent just runs into it because they're trying to space you, run back into an attack that they can't block because, you know, dash animation. You have 15 frames where you can't do anything. Well, Eric's the only one to get 5 wins. Again, well, he suffered. 4 wins to Katie and 4 wins to Wesley. And here's the test matches. Yeah, I was intending to only do 3 characters, but at least Eric still fit because Time Force. Even though he's not part of the main squad, he's still the Time Force Ranger, and it's still worth. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to give it a like, comment if there is something you'd like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, that thing, and put it in the description. Memberships are a thing, you can become one and have notorious streams at the end of videos, receive like cool thumbnails, as well as join the Raven Fringe Alliance with priority. And on to the next Power Rangers video. Goodbye!